日が終わる夕焼けの中に映し込んだ白い白い白いティーカップ、いろんな景色を君と見るのでしょう。私がおばあちゃんになるまで夏の暑い日にも寒空にここえた日も全部飲み干してく
Hello, everyone, and welcome into the three-digit World Cup Finals. We are here with our second matchup of the weekend. It is France versus Brazil in the losers bracket. Top 6 already secured for both of these teams. Top 4 in the cards if they can just make it past this one more match. My name is Dio. I'm going to be bringing you through this match alongside Fiery Rage. How's it going, Fiery?
Good morning. It is currently 10 a.m. and I'm ready for some gaming. I was doing some replays earlier for the Grand Finals map pool. That's going to be showing up tomorrow, after the matches tomorrow. But this is the finals weekend, so different map pool. And these players are well versed in it, hopefully.
I would assume so, right? I mean, it's finals. They should be well practiced on this pool. They should know kind of where they need to pick and ban, and yeah, pretty instant ban here out of Nomad 5 from the side of France, not willing to go up against Brazil on the speed skill set. I think a pretty solid ban if Brazil has some of their key players around right now.
Yeah, the Nomad 6 ban from Brazil. Not too surprising. France has a Koro. Yeah. That's really all you need to say about that anyway. Follow-up DT2 ban by France. Pretty much the standard, if you can't play speed, ban these maps. Ban DT2, ban Nomad 5. If you don't want to just bother with speed, yeah. Those are straightforward bans enough from France, and I imagine Brazil, if they ban Nomad 6, they could also opt to ban something like Hidden 3, but I don't know if they would actually want to do that. They might go for something more gimmicky than that.
Not a lot that's more gimmicky than the Hidden 3 this weekend, however, if you're looking to ban out low approach rate stuff. 3mod pick really, I think, a bit of a tamer version of your Hidden 3 anyway, so that might be something that we can go towards. If you are looking for something that is really just a solid test of your hidden prowess only, then something like the Hidden 1 might be a solid ban for the side of Brazil. Yeah, not a lot of super gimmicky stuff this weekend. There is stuff like the 3mod 2 pick that's a little weird. I don't think anything really compares to something like the Hidden 3 as a potential ban from the side of Brazil, and I expect to see them ban it pretty shortly here. I don't know, maybe they'll throw us for a loop and ban out something like the 3mod 3 instead, 3mod 2. Still a fairly good, Hidden 2, Hidden 1 kind of team. I think they have a solid chance of beating France on those maps in particular, whereas on the Hidden 3, I think as we scale into the later and later stages, France is just going to do better and better on that pick in comparison.
Well, timer almost out for Brazil, and they need to give the ban pretty soon.
Debating a comfort ban at this point for Brazil, and could throw us for a loop in that regard, banning out whatever map they're least comfortable with. Yeah, rolling 2 here for Coria Maluko. So gonna be banning out Hidden 1 instead of Hidden 2 or Hidden 3. Hidden 3 and Hidden 1 kind of the two bans that we were talking about at some point throughout our conversation. So not too surprising of a pick there. We're looking now for a first pick from Brazil, though. A double speed ban from France really just points to pick double time 3 and put Nissan in if he's here. I hope Nissan is here, because if he's not, those bans from France are just completely wasted. You really want to see Nissan here from Brazil to show up to make sure that they do really well, especially as he was unfortunately not here last weekend.
Even without Nissan last weekend, though, they still won the tiebreaker against Germany, so take that as you will. Brazil is still fairly strong at speed, even without Nissan.
Well, certainly taking their time with the pick, making sure that they have as much time as possible to discuss between their members. I don't know. There's the DT3 is the obvious first pick, right? Brazil in general has very, very good hard rock players, especially Corey Maluko, Zubs. We've seen them really pop off on several of the hard rock picks, including Yuri Zero last weekend. They, I believe, were the top 2 scores on that map, if I'm not mistaken, or at least some of the, yeah, they were the 2 best scores on that map last weekend, were Corey Maluko and Zubs. So, a very, very good hard rock players for the side of Brazil, and I kind of expect them to lean into that when they're not leaning into some of the speed picks. So we'll see what they have. We'll see what they have available for us here as their first pick. Running almost out of time at this point, so gonna have to see the pick soon from Brazil. Otherwise, are they just forfeiting first pick to? Okay, there we go. Nomad 2. There it is. Gonna get them the first pick of Nomad 2. That does make sense. Still a tapping map, not necessarily a speed pick, but definitely still a map where if you are not solid on that stream stamina, you are gonna have a tough time.
Yeah, we love 200 BPM stream maps here at 3-Digit World Cup. I don't, but these players will. Brazil is definitely very well versed in this Nomad 2 capability. France as well, though, not to be underestimated. They had some performances in OWC, I believe, which is pretty much what this French roster is. The French roster, rather. This is pretty much what the French roster is. It's just the OWC roster.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
They had some solid Nomad 2 runs on particularly early stage pools, so I'm not sure how they do on finals level, but
gotta harken back though to those OWC performances where they were putting up the #1 team score on Nomad 2 during several rounds of play in OWC this year. Just really, really fantastic stuff from France in the OWC World Cup. So you do expect their team, particularly Thunder and Musty, to come in for this map from the side of France. Brazil, it looks like putting in Corey Maluko and finally swooping over to the correct side of the screen there. Very, very good rosters for both of these teams. Out of the 6 players on the side of Brazil, you have Corey Maluko, Zubs, and Nissan going in for this map in particular. They also have Mistia, Louise, and Tone to choose from. Perhaps Mistia coming in. No, Louise coming in for this map over Corey Maluko. Okay. On the French side, you have Thunder, Akoro, and Hifkil in for this map in particular. Definitely interesting to not see Musty in for this map. Vesta and Room, the other 2 members not currently in for a pick right now from France. Definitely interesting to not see Musty in for a Nomad 2 pick, however.
yeah, maybe just not feeling too comfortable on this. Who knows? I'm not feeling up to the task today, but it seems like this is going to be our the final rosters for this map. Getting into the first pick, Brazil, Nomad 2. Custom mapped for the 3WC finals. So let's see how these teams fare on it. We didn't really describe this map when they picked it, I don't think as much as we probably could have, but I mean, it's Nomad 2. It's streams, and you are seeing streams.
Yeah,
no one really missing.
The one thing with these streams, though, for a lot of players, this is a map that has a lot of acceleration, deceleration, high spacing mixed in. You already see Thunder and Hipkill alongside Louise breaking. It is a train of misses, but it favors Brazil. Still on 2 full combos. Right? No, never mind. 1 full combo. Zubs versus Hipkill. Zubs versus Akoro. Excuse me. Ekoro and Zub's the only two full combos. Nissan did miss earlier alongside Thunder. Another miss comes through for Hifkill, however, so it is now combo lead back to Brazil.
Yeah, Thunder with an additional miss there, as well as several note locks from Hifkill and Thunder. It's going to be dropping that score quite considerably, already 200k points down. Zubs did drop the FC, however. Ekoro is now the only FC, and he's going strong on these streams. This is... okay, Ekoro, jeez. What in the world? Okay.
Yeah, still holding on to the full combo for Ekoro, and this is the danger of picking something like Nomad 2 into France. Team with very, very good Nomad 2 players. Ekoro not necessarily known for Nomad 2, but this pick in particular, very heavy on the flow aim, and something that Ekoro is very, very strong on.
Still close, though. If any of the other French players note lock or Ekoro misses on his FC, this could swing the other way, but as we approach the end of the map, doesn't seem like that's likely. This play from Ekoro is absolutely insane. Literally half of his team score from that play alone, 99% on the FC. By far the highest score in the lobby.
Yeah, a bit of a gap there between the scores. Thunder and Hifkill bottom scoring the lobby, and Ekoro top scoring the lobby for a France win on Brazil's first pick. Team consistency certainly there for Brazil. Unfortunately, the full combo from Ekoro says, we don't care about your consistency. We're just going to win anyway. And yeah, the really, really solid stuff from Ekoro in particular on the French roster. Just enough support from the other two members to make it happen.
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't think Ekoro could stream 200, so I was really confused why he was in for this pick, and I guess he just wanted to prove me wrong, I guess. So
when you play a bunch of 2022 and 2021 Nomad 6 maps, you learn to stream high BPM. Those maps are speed maps in disguise. So not too surprising that he can stream 200 BPM. Definitely not the kind of thing that you usually think about Ekoro for, though.
maybe I should play Nomad 6s exclusively for the next 2 years, and I'll be able to stream 220 BPM.
Yeah, just play easy for 10 years, and then play Nomad 6 for 2 years, and you'll be good. That's simple.
Alright, see you guys in 12 years.
Really, though, we're looking for a next pick from France. They kind of have their run of the pool at this point, looking to consolidate a breakpoint, put themselves up an early 2-0 here. I'm kind of thinking stuff like the Double Time 4 would be really solid for France with players like Hifkill and Broom on their side. I do really like that, but they are going to go with the map that we were talking about as a potential ban for Brazil. It's going to be Hidden 3, picked up by France. L50 by Liz Triangle. This is the AR8 reading map in Hidden. And it is, it's largely a consistency test for a lot of the map, but there are some really, really nasty streams and super awkward jumps in this map that make it far harder than it appears to be at first glance.
And not too surprising to see France pick this, though. When you have obviously Ekoro, especially when he's popping off like that with Nomad 2 FC. Granted, I don't know if you can FC Hidden 3 back-to-back. That'd be kind of nuts on a finals tier pool. But, you have Ekoro, you got some other players, Thunder as well, known for being a relatively decent Hidden player. It's not too surprising to see the French roster pick this up.
It would be surprising to not see him in it. There's a couple of streams in this map that are going to be really, really tricky for anybody to pull combo, thinking specifically about a very long, almost spaced stream near the end of the map, a circle stream about 3/4 of the way through. Thunder, Musty, and Ekoro in for this one. No surprises there out of France. Brazil putting in Louise, Zubs, and Mistia for this map. Gonna be looking for some pop-off performances from probably Mystia and Zubs on this map for Brazil if they do want to take this breakpoint back. They chose to leave this open instead of double banning the low approach rate maps, instead banning out Hidden 1. It was probably the other map that they were thinking about, however. So you're not expecting a standout performance from Brazil on this map. We'll see if they can clutch out a breakpoint, though. Always the possibility that, especially on a map like this, somebody from France or a few people from France find random, unexpected misses that you wouldn't normally see from some of their players.
On the early stages of the map, dead even. Thunder and Zubs trading some early misses. Not going to swing score lead either way, however. Musty missing is going to shift it over to Brazil now. Still a decent chunk of the map left. 3 force remaining. Relatively long map, this one, so plenty of opportunity for France to come back on this. Zubs misses as well, but still 2 FCs to only 1.5, basically. We just see trades pretty much for now. It's from Zubs and Musty. Thunder recovering nicely after his early miss, but as I say that, he's going to be missing. But Luis does trade that miss as well.
All right, Koro versus Mystia right now. That's the matchup that we're all looking at halfway through the map as well. So any miss from either of them kind of decides things. At this point, you're looking for both of these players to hold on until we get to that longer circle stream about 3/4 of the way through. Into another TI time. Really, all there is right now is the awkward aim. More combo advantage for Brazil as Musty finds an unanswered miss. Better supporting combo on the side of Brazil. Zubs in particular up about 280 combo on Musty. That's where their lead is coming from. Accuracy lead with Ekoro at the moment over Mystia, and there is basically no score lead right now. A miss from any side can swing things. These 1/3 not spaced at the moment, and honestly not too bad a patterning. Zubs finding a slider break in this section though. They give an ever so slight combo lead over to France. Mystia dropping full 50s on that stream. Ekoro, the only player to hit that pattern.
Yep, and here's the Ekoro gap. Well, it was close.
Close for a long time.
Yeah, I'm not really sure how he just keeps getting away with this.
Just really good at reading. Just a really good reading player. Apparently also a really good No-Mod 2 player, which is something that we have just discovered. But yeah.
Fun fact, that would be number 2 on the map. He got the first hidden FC in a turn.
Huh.
Very awesome. Thanks, Ekoro.
Yeah, first hidden full combo. Wow. Very cool.
Actually, my bad. That wouldn't be number 2 on the map. It'd be number 3, but still.
Still first hidden full combo. So, I mean, hey. That is a very good score. Yeah, I mean, Brazil had a very, very good chance of winning this until the ending section where, unfortunately, that last stream just claimed Mystia's entire score and dropped the score down to less than 600k at the end of the map. And Ekoro was able to hold on, 98% full combo. And I think that's why we were talking about that pick as a potential ban for Brazil, right? It's not like any of their players are particularly bad on low approach rate. Quite the opposite. They're honestly fairly good at this type of map. Like, that is a good score from Brazil on this map. It's just that Ekoro exists on the side of France, and so you probably ban low approach rate stuff against that team. That's why they banned System. I can only assume that's why they banned System. The reading train in that map in particular is just next level, so understandable ban. yeah, there's just not too much you can do when the guy full combos a map that has never been full combos hidden before. So
Yeah, if you were Brazil right now, I'd imagine you'd be wanting to go into the Hard Rock and DT pools. You don't really want to pick into something that Ikoro can play at least as comfortably, and I think everything in the no mod, and especially the hidden pool, is pretty much up his alley, which also includes the free mod pool, and it's going to be Hard Rock 1. So, a bit of an aim map. Some differentiation here.
yeah, I like this pick. I like this pick from Brazil. Pick into pure mechanics against a team that, you know, you look at a lot of their roster is really, really focused on some of the either gimmicky stuff, or even if they're really good at hard rock, like Hip to the Room, you don't particularly see them on the leaderboards of these types of maps. You see them on the leaderboards of stuff like Hard Rock 2 instead. So I do like picking into this kind of maps where, you know, you're just looking at raw mechanics. Their players on the side of Brazil are clearly good enough for this type of stuff. You're going to bring in Coria Maluco and some of the higher ranking players on Brazil. I would expect like Nissan Misia or in for this map alongside Coria Maluco. Nissan and Misia just because they're good players, not particularly because of their hard rock proficiency. But that's this kind of map, right? It's a hard rock consistency test, and your consistency players are going to be really good at it most of the time. Whereas for stuff like Hard Rock 2 or Hard Rock 3, you kind of need to be good at Hard Rock in general, or good at tech maps in the case of Hard Rock 2, to really be super solid on that type of map. So I do like seeing a pick like this from Brazil that should throw kind of a monkey wrench in their ability to just out-gimmick the other team, which is something that France is very, very strong at given this particular roster.
And we're not going to be seeing... Actually, we might be seeing Ikoro in for the French roster. Nope, never mind. Hif kill, Broom, and Thunder in. Not too surprising for the French roster there. Luis, Nissan, and Corian coming in for Brazil. Finally, Nissan plays the map.
Love to see Nissan.
Has not played the past 2 games. But he is here now. Congratulations, Nissan.
Yeah, really wanting to see Nissan in for a lot of these maps. I think he's going to be a very solid player for them when we start getting into the DT and speed abuse, which should be coming up soon from Brazil. I would expect them to pick into that type of stuff. Not DT4, but maybe stuff like DT3. DT1 is an option for them. They don't really have a lot of options in the double time pool in particular because DT2 is banned, Nomad 5 is banned, so really just looking at DT3 and excuse me, as a speed map, and I expect them to pick it at some point, but for now, the Hard Rock pool will suffice. Early trades between Vroom and Nissan. Everybody else holding on to the combos just fine through the intro section. Accuracy about the same for both teams. Coria Maluco dragging behind a little bit on the accuracy for Brazil, but nothing major. Thunder drops a bit of back and joins them right down there at the high 90.
Yeah, essentially dead even. Score gap is pretty much non-existent currently. We get into the first fourth of the map. Now the first chorus. Thunder will be the first one to miss. Unanswered so far from Brazil. Just giving them a slight lead for now. Corian does trade, but... Okay, never mind. There goes the entirety of Brazil. Oh my god.
Everyone besides Vroom. Everyone besides Vroom misses at the end of that first PI. And so it is just about a 350 combo lead for Vroom, and that's the whole match right now. Hit kill does drop again, and so it's not as big of a combo lead overall for France, but it is still a combo lead. So they are going to eventually see this score lead swap over to the side of France. But yeah, 5 members dropping on basically the same exact pattern at the end of the first PI time there.
Well, we're getting into the second one now, so let's see if that repeats. Nissan missing a bit before it, as well as Louise. That's going to give pretty massive combo advantage towards France, actually, as we enter the second chorus. We're still relatively close, so if the French roster blunders it here, Thunder with a miss, could still go back over to Brazil relatively soon. It's going to take Vroom missing at this point. And holding through that second chorus. He's looking to build up his combo. That's an unlucky slider break. Okay, well, combo advantage now back in favor of Brazil. Nissan with another miss, but it doesn't matter. Corian now with the highest combo. Hivkill's the only person to really match that, but supporting coming from Luis as well. He's gonna shift this lead over real quick. There goes Luis.
Oh yeah, there's Luis also gone now. Actually means basic combo advantage for France. Very, very small combo lead off of Vroom supporting combo. Thunder drops though, and now it's basically tied combo between the two teams. Less than 100,000 score. Any misses at the end can completely swing this. There goes Hivkill. Nissan matches, but Corian Maluko still holding on to 1,000 plus combo with 99% act. How long can he hold for this score lead to go over? He actually is hitting the ending here. Everybody else just finding misses all over the place, but Corian Maluko, this is one of the players that you have to look out for on Hard Rock maps from the Brazil roster. He is their main Hard Rock carry, and he is showing off why here. One of those two players who had the top two scores from Brazil on Yori Zero last weekend, and in fact, the only full combo on Hard Rock 3 last weekend, going to pull out the one miss reverse choke here on Rissoa Live to carry Brazil to their first point.
What a clutch performance at the end that was from Corian. That is what you need to get your first point on the board against France. I still need to get a break point, though, in order to tie things up here. Let's see what France opts to go for. They still do have a pretty decent amount of gimmick maps remaining. You got Fremont 3 is a relatively standout one, I'd say. They have a decent hidden player in Akoro and a decent Hard Rock player in Vroom there. And then you can just put on Musty or somebody on Nomad for that map.
Yeah, also looking at Double Time 4 as a potential pick for France. So we were talking about speed for Brazil, but frankly speaking, players on France, Hivkill's Vroom and Akoro in particular, I think are just too good at DT4 to let that pass them up. It is going to be hidden too, however, just completing the hidden pool for France here. Brazil banning hidden one, and then France picking both remaining hiddens instantly. So yeah, just going for the points that they think they are confident on. This is calling by rejection. That's by Real Lazy. Kind of your newer Real Lazy mapping style, where you've got a lot more of the modern slider aim baked into this map, but definitely still a lot of the flow aim, a lot of cut streams, etc. For, you know, a lot of the in-between patterns where you're not working on slider aim, you're working with flow aim and cut streams in this map.
Well, the French hidden roster, pretty much what you expect. Imagine we'll be seeing maybe Zubs or Nissan in on the side of Brazil for this. It seems like Luis and Corian are going to be staying.
Definitely not a map where Brazil is unable to pull out good performances. They had several members put up solid runs on this last weekend. or on the comparable map from last weekend. And in fact, actually had a better overall team performance than France. Had a 2 million team score compared to France's 1.8 million team score, about 250,000 score difference in favor of Brazil. And some of their players were in the top 5. Louise with a 750k on last week's Hidden 2. Only second to Kriller on that map is how good his performance was last weekend on the comparable Hidden 2 pick. So definitely the player to watch out for this time around is Louise. We do have Zubs and Corey Maluko as well, able to put up 680, 650k on Energy Synergy Matrix from last weekend. So definitely looking to those 3 players in particular to, well, of course, they're in for this map as well. Hoping for them to match what they were able to do last weekend and make this match up even more interesting. Thunder, Akoro, and Musty with some fairly good scores last weekend as well. Thunder and Musty in particular having really, really solid performances on that map. I think if you remember, Akoro not having the best of weekends, not having the best of matches, and so not being able to put up the usual performances that we tend to expect from him. Definitely not the case this time around. He has been popping off on every map that he has played so far. We'll see how much longer that continues with this pick. This is a very, very difficult pick with a lot of really, really tricky patterns going through it.
Oh, there goes the FC streak from Akoro. Going to be dropping on the slider stream there. It is traded by Luis, but combo advantage is favoring Brazil in the beginning stages of the map here. Actually quite considerably, now that there are pretty much repeated breaks from everyone besides Musty. Subs does trade it, but Musty's FC is now gone. Corian, now the only player remaining with any sizable combo, really. Getting into the halfway point of the map.
Musty finding another break for France as well, and this is looking like just matched combos really for the supporting combos from Brazil. Corey Maluko's full combo right now completely unopposed from the side of, from the side of France. As Musty finds another set of breaks there. Louise breaking on the slider streams there does, and Zubs actually, both players breaking on the slider streams for Brazil. It is only Corey Maluko left standing now for Brazil. Somebody who I think a lot of people would not have pointed to as the best player on Brazil at the start of this tournament, now proving them otherwise as he carries his team to yet another point, still holding on to the full combo as everyone else in the lobby resets their plays. He misses on one single note at the end that he just doesn't tap, but 900k for Corey Maluko, almost the full combo on this pick. And this is the kind of glow up you want to see from a player who has countless second, third, and fourth places in so many open rank tournaments throughout the last 4 years or so that he has been a staple member for Brazil's World Cup teams. I mean, this guy has just been he's had such ridiculously close calls on so many tournaments, and he is at this point finally showing off in tournament. This guy is just popping off at the moment. Oh no, that was Bancho. Yes, he did full combo. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, so a casual third hidden full combo on that map. Well, I suppose that is one way to counter Akoro's earlier FC on Nomad 2 for the breakpoint.
Yeah, third hidden full combo, and I think that's 6th full combo ever on the map. So yeah, very, very good score from Corey Maluko. Looking to see more of him. Looking to see more of Corey Maluko in particular for the rest of Brazil's picks. I'm going to look to them to be picking more Hard Rock. Maybe a Hard Rock 2 pick is in the cards at this point, because Brazil, of course, has the 2 best plays on Yori Zero last weekend. I'm going to keep talking about that because having two separate players get in the top 2 for that map really just points to exactly how strong this team is on Hard Rock. They were able to not only capitalize on the So Alive because of Corey Maluko, but now on calling as well. They're going to go with Hard Rock 3 instead of Hard Rock 2, but I think this is still a very solid pick for Brazil. Reijin no Hidariude, not very similar to the Angel Honey set in terms of circle size, but a little similar in terms of mapping style. A lot of really super awkward jumps in this map and some 1/6 bursts that you do not find in the classic Angel Honey set of this song.
Yeah, I think pretty much the entire Hard Rock pool, I could argue, favors Brazil, especially with Corion popping off the way he is right now.
One other thing that it does is it also minimizes the chances that you see a Koro in the lobby, who is currently popping off for France. Another reason why I think that it is a fairly solid pick for Brazil, right? You kind of have Hivkill and Vroom for Hard Rock, and then Bill player for the third, just depending on comfort. Like, I think that should be the roster basically every time for France on Hard Rock. Maybe Besta coming in for some of these, though to be honest, I'm not as familiar with Besta as a lot of the other players on France's side.
Koro was saying no way Ikoro Hard Rock earlier, so he actually might be in for this, which I can get behind. I mean, it's a precision map, so Koro is definitely not one to absolutely bomb precision maps. If you need a fill player, he is definitely capable of that. Seems like that's going to be the case. But going up against the roster on Brazil, Corion, bit of a precision man, I'd argue, and Mistia Louise well-versed in Hard Rock in their own right. Let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens. Koro and Musty in for this alongside Vroom, I think is a little interesting. You want your best Hard Rock players in on a pick like this, or at least your best aim control players. Definitely something that Koro and Musty are solid on. Louise with a very early break, a little bit surprising there for Brazil. Also a little surprised to not see Zubs in on this map, as he was one of the players who had one of those standout performances on Glory Zero last weekend. Maybe the style of mapping not quite as good for him. He is a player who is really, really solid on super tech-heavy maps or ulti maps.
What just happened with Musty?
We don't talk about it. We don't talk about it.
Tournament client's crazy.
Yeah, tournament client's going wild today. Between the audio delays and stuff like this, yeah, it's going wild.
Well, unanswered break from Louise so far, but accuracy advantage is pretty sizably... I'd say dead even, but yeah. Mistia with a 99.5% is definitely making it look one-sided in comparison. It's gonna come down to the breaks from either team. Approaching the halfway point of the map. Louise still the only break so far from either team.
He finds a second one as well.
Does it again.
Musty breaking on the cut stream does match the break, but Mistia drops right afterwards on the jumps. Ikoro matches the break. It is once... Oh, Corey Maliko drops as well. And now it's only Vroom holding on for France. The Hard Rock King from France. This is the guy you have to watch out for when you pick Hard Rock into France. Brazil, this time around, Corey Maluko not able to pull out the carry performance necessary to offset what Vroom is currently doing on my screen at this very moment.
What in the world?
I know these jumps look easy, but these are so hard. These types of jumps are so difficult to do consistently.
He hit those wide... He's hitting these wide-angle jumps, and he hit the... Okay, sure. Yeah, whatever. FC in the match, sure. 3-2, break point again immediately after another break point. Congratulations.
Yeah, that was a very, very good score from Vroom. You know, you don't pool maps and finals that you expect players to FC a lot of times. So when you get basically an FC on every single map that has been played so far in this match, that is how you know how good these players are. The only map where we have not had a full combo so far is Hard Rock 1, which was, yeah, very hard. Very difficult map. Yeah, wow. That was a really, really solid overall performance from France. Vroom in particular, just turning it on for that map. And, well, let's bring Akoro back in the lobby, shall we? We were talking about this pick earlier, Fire Ages. Free Mod 3, originally from the Corsace Open 2021, where this was also Free Mod 3 in their finals pool. I do think it's fine to have this map be here, despite the fact that it would usually be too difficult for this pool. You get to choose any 2 mods in this tournament, and so the free mod maps can be a little bit more difficult because of that. You're not forced onto one hidden and one hard rock like you are in a lot of other tournaments.
Yeah, this is definitely, I'd argue, a no-mod favored map. We see a lot of no-mod FCs on this, and not really any modded FCs. We saw that in Corsace Open quite frequently, and we also saw that earlier in South Korea versus China, the no-mod players both FCing on this map. So it's going to come down to whether or not the modded players can really take advantage of their overall consistency in their mod category. I'm assuming we're going to be seeing Vroom on Hard Rock and Akoro on Hidden for this map, just because, of course. I imagine somebody like Corian in on Hard Rock for Brazil, and then maybe a second Hard Rock. If you want to go for a second Hard Rock on maybe like Louise, that could work out.
Definitely expecting at least the Hard Rock on Corian Maluko, however, who is in the lobby, and I think we finally get what people were considering at the start of this tournament to be the core 3 for Brazil, which is Nissan, Mistia, and Corian Maluko all in on the same map at this point. Vroom, Akoro, Thunder, not too much of a surprise from the side of France. I think we're probably seeing Thunder on the no-mod for
We actually
France.
could see Akoro on the no-mod if they want to just opt for, hey, Akoro, FC this.
FC, please. Yeah,
And
yep,
that's exactly what's going to happen, actually.
Yeah. Double Hard Rock for Brazil, I think, also makes sense. Mistia and Corian Maluko both going Hard Rock there. I think going to be more comfortable 9 times out of 10 on that Hard Rock for both of them, and saying, hey, Nissan, go full combo for us.
Yeah, well, it's going to come down to the mod players if Akoro and Nissan both FC, and, well, you got Vroom and Corian on the Hard Rock, Nissan, or not Nissan, Mistia on the Hard Rock as well, but Thunder well-versed in Hidden in his own right. Let's see what these players can do.
Early miss for both Corian and Nissan. Akoro also finding a miss for France. Both no-mod players having dropped. And Mistia dropping as well. Now that is a 3-way reset early on into this map for Brazil. Not looking super solid on this pick at the start. Vroom does trade. Thunder now the only full combo remaining halfway through this pick already, as this is a relatively short map. Corian Maluko is on the recovery, but the rest of Brazil just unable to keep the combo together in a consistent manner. Thunder does finally trade the miss on the side of France, as Akoro was just recently reset as well, trading the miss with Nissan on the no-mod. It's now Corian Maluko with the highest combo in the lobby. Mistia matching the combo coming out of Vroom as well, so this is just straight up combo advantage for Corian Maluko. Nissan, Thunder, and Vroom all missing. A trade of combos that heavily favors Brazil, as now despite a shaky start, maybe the combo from Mistia now can pull them over the edge as Corian Maluko drops another miss here 3/4 of the way into the map. Akoro on the no-mod and Nissan on the no-mod. Actually, Nissan finding a slider break and Mistia trading misses there on the streams, I think seals this up for France, as their 3 members have been able to hold throughout this whole last quarter of the map. Corner combo on everybody right before the spinner as Vroom drops a silly little miss right before the end of the map. Does manage to close it out, though, with about a 250,000 score lead for France. A really, really fast-paced map there. Unfortunately, Brazil just not able to hold on to consistent combo throughout the pick.
Hey, remember when I said this was a no-mod map? I was joking.
Yeah, both no-mods notably lower than any other scores in the lobby on their teams. This probably should be a no-mod map. It should be a no-mod map, but yeah.
Yeah, 650k on this map with Hidden is not easy, by the way. Definitely the standout performance there from Thunder. 2 miss on that with Hidden. You might think it's easy, but flow aim with AR8 Hidden is pretty much nearly impossible. I would know. I tried playing it. Unless you are a Hidden prodigy, which good thing Thunder is. But in any case, consolidated breakpoint for France, and it's Brazil now to pick into the next obvious pick for them, DT3, finally coming out for them.
Yeah, another couple of maps here that I think are going to be good for Brazil. The Double Time 3, the Hard Rock 2, but DT3 in particular is one that makes itself extremely obvious right from the get-go with the No-Mod 5 and Double Time 2 bans for France. The reason I think they left this map open is because there is some reading strain in this pick. It's also high BPM bursts, which is something that players like Akoro can go in for. So combine that with some of the reading strain you have in this map, and I think it does make it like a good case for itself to be breakpointable for France, which No-Mod 5 and DT2 just don't have that potential, I don't think, for them. However, there are some very, 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 very good low AR DT players on the side of Brazil, or AR8 DT players for Brazil. Nissan, of course, the prime example of that, but Mistia also very good at that type of stuff, and I expect Coria Maluco to come back in for this map for Brazil. There he is. On the wrong side of the screen, but there he is.
And France just not really having a, I'd say, strong DT roster, especially as we get into the later stages, but definitely able to, at the very least, play these types of maps. So definitely a pick that favors Brazil, I'd say quite heavily on paper. But we'll see what happens. 280 BPM bursts is the name of the game on this one.
Excuse me, sir, it actually says 276.
Oh yeah, my bad, my bad. It's 276 BPM bursts, my bad.
Look, the 4 BPM makes a big difference, alright? 196 versus 200 BPM is impossible for me, okay? Come on now. Realistically,
I think streaming BPM is a bit different than burst BPM at this high of a BPM.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, it's not going to matter all that much for these players. 275, 280 BPM bursts, so basically the same thing for them. Biggest thing for this map, honestly, is being able to read everything properly. I don't think the bursts are going to give any of these players too much trouble from either side. It is probably going to be the misreads that end up dealing them their misses. We do see an early miss aim from Mistia for a slider break. Probably not going to impact too much. This map actually kind of long.
Okay, Nissan as well. No breaks from the side of France right now. 2 breaks from the side of Brazil. It's going to be giving pretty sizable combo advantage. Luckily, Brazil is still pretty notably in this from the accuracy alone, but Mistia and Hipkill going to be trading 2 FCs to 1 still.
And make that 2 FCs to none now, as Coria Maluco dropping for Brazil makes it Vroom and Ekoro against no one right now. Mistia matching the combo coming out of Hifkill. Hifkill does find a drop, but trades it with Nissan. Mistia missing again for Brazil. And this pick is just completely gone awry for Brazil. Vroom does find a drop into the second Ki time here about halfway through the map, but Ekoro just continuing to full combo for France right now and completely throwing a wrench in the plans of Brazil. How did everyone hit those overlap crosses, by the way? That was kind of ridiculous. Nobody breaking on that. Vroom missing on something else afterwards.
This actually could give combo advantage to Brazil. Hifkill not having the greatest of times on this map, but everyone's just getting... Everyone on Brazil is just trading alongside it. And there goes Akoro, there goes the FC. Now is Corion with the highest combo in the lobby. 200k points to make up in the last fourth of the map. With repeated breaks from everyone on France, this is actually looking somewhat doable now.
It's Corion against the world again, man. Every time. This guy is the lone hope for Brazil right now, carrying them into the finish line, finally with a score lead, as well as nobody on France has any combo. Misty and Nissan as well recover their combos by the end of the map and allow Corion Maluko some breathing room for that miss. But man, this guy, time and time again, map after map, has been putting up the performance they need from Brazil's side. 660k, only outdone by Akoro's 770k 1000 combo over on the side of France. And it was looking quite doomed for Brazil during a lot of that map, but unfortunately for France, Hifkill having a really tough time of that map does give a lot of the score lead over to Brazil, and Corion Maluko with a high combo at the end, supported by some recovery from Nissan and Mistia, able to get the score lead back on their side at the very, very end of the map.
Yeah, just unfortunate third player syndrome from France there, I think. Not really having a good third fill on that, but Brazil, I'd say, kind of underperforming on that map.
Yeah.
Barely managing to take it off of Corion, getting a combo at the end there. If that doesn't happen, then suddenly France is up 5-2 on their own pick, but now it will be relatively still even, 4-3, but France gets their next pick. Let's see what they opt to go for, and they do have... Still have some of the no mods left. I'd say no mod 3 could favor France, potentially, as well as no mod 4.
Definitely some solid options still in free mod as well. Stuff like the free mod 2 is an option for France right now. Free mod 1 also fairly good for them, especially with how slider heavy it is. I think they have some players who are pretty able to take advantage of that kind of thing. With Thunder coming in the lobby, I think it would make sense for them to be picking free mod right now, either free mod 1 or 2. I do still think Double Time 4 is a good pick for France. But it is going to be free mod 2 as the next pick for them. Vitram by the Monty Sound Team as Eva. This is your sort of ulti map in free mod this week. 148 BPM, CS3, the low circle size, and AR 9.6 on this map as well. Really, I think putting Hidden to the forefront, which is why you see Akoro and Thunder in on this. Vroom, once again, going to be in for France, probably taking the Hard Rock on this pick, but this is a map where you're looking at really tricky flow aim and finger control baked into the same type of low circle size alt map for this one.
Yeah, I would argue Vroom on Hard Rock, Thunder on Hidden for France here. Akoro probably just going to take no mod unless he's more comfortable with Hidden, which, I mean, he is Akoro, so take that as you will. And on the Brazilian side, I imagine actually we'll be seeing a double Hard Rock from Brazil. Could obviously see Corion on Hard Rock, but not too sure who the other Hard Rock player would be on the side of Brazil. I think Mistia is just going to go no mod.
I could definitely see Mistia and Corion both going Hard Rock, and then just putting, like, Zubs, maybe, on no mod for this map. Yeah, actually, Zubs coming in. Probably taking no mod for this pick. I would expect Corion to come in and go Hard Rock on this. I don't think that they want Nissan going Hidden on this type of map for Brazil. Despite the fact that I was talking about this being hidden favored, it's actually going to be Louise coming in. Now I'm not so sure of the mods. I'm kind of still expecting double Hard Rock for Brazil. Definitely Mystia taking Hard Rock, but I'm not sure who the other player to take Hard Rock is. Or they could just be throwing both Zubs and Louise on Hard Rock and let Mystia go no mod. That might be the play for Brazil on this map. We'll see what they end up going with. Regardless, not expecting a hidden for Brazil. Probably expecting a hidden on Thunder or Akoro from the side of France. Definitely, again, a map where things are going to be easiest on no mod and hardest with any mod added to this map. Good luck, have funds are out. We'll see who is able to take this one. France still up 1 break point, looking to keep it consolidated, keep it 5-3 after this map. In Brazil, hoping to tie things up after a bit of a shaky start to the match, down 0-2 right at the start. They've been able to keep things close all the way through. Double hidden for Brazil?
Okay,
That is
that's
not
surprising.
what I was expecting. Okay. Really not wanting the higher OD, I suppose, and higher circle size from Hard Rock on this map.
Yeah, I was not expecting that, considering how strong of a Hard Rock roster Brazil has, but I suppose they're just more comfortable with this map on hidden, and oh my god, this is a map. Okay,
Yeah, welcome. Welcome. Aim control and finger control, by the way. That is this kind of map.
Well, lots of misses from pretty much everyone. It's going to favor France for now. Off the FC from Akoro. Vroom as well, actually, building up a pretty sizable combo with Hard Rock, only missing at the very beginning of the map there, which not really too surprising considering how insane that beginning was. Louise is going to be dropping, and suddenly this combo advantage is now very, very big for France.
Yeah, Zub's dropping the highest combo on the side of Brazil as well now. It's just Mystia to hold on for Brazil, and yeah, Vroom drops the Hard Rock high combo for France, but they still have an FC on Akoro and 0 combo on Brazil. It's just Louise holding on to about 250 combo. There is now literally 0 combo on France, however. Both Thunder and Akoro dropping their combos, and it's about a 250,000 score lead for France right now. The problem is that there's just no supporting combo for Louise at the moment. About a quarter of the map left. If Brazil manages to pull this back, it'll be one hell of a Cinderella story on this map, but I don't know if there's even enough objects left. It's gonna be pretty close coming up here on the ending. Zub's finding another slider break, matched by Vroom dropping a couple misses at the same time, but chain misses from Zub's, Mystia, and Louise all at the end. Steal it up in favor of France before the score has a chance to go back over to Brazil.
That was the most unlucky one miss I think I've ever seen from Akoro. Well, actually 2 miss, but I don't know where he got the second miss from. That first miss was so unlucky.
It didn't end up mattering, though. Still top scored with almost 600,000 on that map. Really, the difference is in the bottom scorers for this map, as Brazil actually having a pretty solid top 2 in Louise and Mystia. Zub just not quite able to perform up to par for Brazil, and so they do end up losing that pick 5-3. But overall, a really solid performance from kind of everybody in the lobby there. No real super standout, very, very good or very poor performance from either player or from either team. Currently 5-3 now for France. Brazil with the next pick, going to be looking, we think, to probably Hard Rock 2 would be a solid shout for them. You have to be careful, again, about picking Hard Rock into Vroom on the side of France, so you want to make sure that players like Corey Maluko are ready to go for that pick if you are going to go for it. There is also the possibility of something like a No Mod 1 if they are still feeling confident in their aim consistency off the back of that Hard Rock 1 pick earlier. It's not a map that we've talked about, but I think it is an option for Brazil in this match right now.
Yeah, I was going to say Nomad 1 and BT1 could be valid options aside from Hard Rock 2. Maybe Nomad 3 if they want to go for a more toss-up, but I don't think that's going to happen in the next 5 years. This is when you're down a break point, you want to pick maps that you know you can get good scores on, and I think Hard Rock 2, Nomad 1, and DT1 are just sort of the Brazilian go-to maps where they can guarantee good scores on that map. Free mod 1 could also be an option, but given how free mods have gone for Brazil, I imagine that's actually going to be France's pick at some point in this match.
Kind of expect it, right? It looks like it is going to be that Hard Rock 2 pick for Brazil. We were talking about this. We've been talking about this pick for quite some time. Camellia featuring Nanahira, originally from Sound Voltex. This is Volnix. IF's expert difficulty. Not sure why the Ghost of Memory is not updating.
I think the client is just dead in general because the chat also wasn't updating.
Ah, fantastic. I love when this happens.
Goodbye, Bancho.
No, chat is alive. It's just Ghost of Memory has died. We'll get that sorted in just a second. But, yeah, YF BMP difficulty of a Fisty map set. There we go. There it is.
So probably seeing the standard Hard Rock roster from Brazil here. You got Corian and Luis in already. Probably going to be seeing Mystia, I'd say, in. Actually, we could also see a different player in, maybe. Actually, I don't know who else would be in.
I'm just looking for Runakoro and Hipkill on this type of map, frankly speaking. Or Maluko, Luis, and Zubs for Brazil, I think, is a lineup that makes sense on this pick, especially given what we saw last weekend. And there is Zubs coming into the lobby, so it looks like that is going to be the play for Brazil here. Thunder actually in the lobby. France, a little bit interesting there. Just to talk about this map, this is CS 5.5 after Hard Rock, not before. You're looking at 160-ish BPM tech in this one. Lots of 1/3 and 1/6 in this map. And so I've described this map before as death. It's just hard. It's just very, very hard, and also very difficult and very challenging, and very tricky, and very, very difficult and very hard.
I don't know what you're talking about. This is the second lowest star rating map in the pool outside of free mod. This is clearly very easy.
Ah, yes, you're right. My bad. Star rating is a
third one. My bad.
Perfect and objective system for measuring difficulty. My bad.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah, of course. Anyway, just waiting on the full rosters for both teams. It is going to be Thunder and Vroom and Akoro going in for France on this one. No hit kill on this map. Zubs, Corey, Maluko, and Luis, the expected roster for Brazil going in on this one. I'm looking forward to see what they can do from the side of Brazil. Vroom in particular is the player to watch out for on the side of France. Somebody who is not only very good at Hard Rock in general, but very good at this specific niche skill set of Hard Rock tech. You see this guy on the leaderboards of so many ridiculously hard maps as like the only FC, and it's with Hard Rock. Like, oh yeah, very hard tech map. Let me just throw on Hard Rock and FC because nobody else has even full combo with Nomad before. It'll be fine, guys. Don't worry. This is the kind of player that he is. So if there's any place where Vroom is going to carry France to a break point, it is going to be right here, right now. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like that's going to happen at the start of the map. Maybe not. However, Corey, Maluko, and Zubs also dropping, so maybe Vroom won't have to. Maybe Akoro and Thunder will be the ones to carry them to a break point instead, as Luis now the only player to hold on from the side of Brazil.
Akoro does drop. That is traded out by Luis, though, so Thunder now the only combo even remaining on France now.
Only combo
in the lobby. In the lobby now. Huh. Okay. Well, start of the map. Accuracy non-existent.
Yeah, remember when I said this map was hard and very difficult and tricky and challenging and very hard? I was not kidding about that. All the combos gone except for Thunders, who just manages to hold on somehow to what is basically a full combo at this point. Still holding the only FC in the lobby. Good recoveries from Corey Maluko and Louise. Zubs, unfortunately, I just don't think having the match he would have wanted here, as Louise and Corey Maluko now both dropped their combos, and this pick is just gone completely off the deep end now for Brazil. Thunder with the full combo now over 3/4 of the way into the map, just absolutely demolishing Brazil on this pick and going to bring us to match point for France. Demolishing them, I say!
That break hurt to watch, but still, this is the last person I expected to pop off on this. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Thunder, almost 700k with the 2 miss on that. Ikora with the 1 miss, as well as Vroom with the 2 miss. Overall, really solid scores from France, actually, but Thunder just out there with an insane combo. What happened there?
I mean, yeah, this is just very, very good stuff from France. I don't know what else to say. They just completely wiped the floor with Brazil on their own pick. And France now poised to win the match 7-3 off of this next pick. I'm looking for Double Time 4. Any other Double Time 4 players on the side of France? I feel like that's a good pick for them. If not DT4, I think Fremod 1 is a very solid pick for France, and that they will still do very well on that type of map. But I just want to see, like, Ikoro in the room play Double Time 4. That's what I want to see right now. Especially after that last map. After that last map, I don't think there's any trepidation with, pop-offs from Brazil about picking the Double Time 4. Because they, it's a higher BPM version of it, sure, but this is certainly a map where you can expect the same types of performances from France.
Yeah, I don't imagine France is ever going to pick into Nomad 1 or DT1. Pretty much ever, so that only really leaves 4 maps, and out of those 4 maps, you were already saying DT4 and Fremod 1, I think, are probably their best 2 maps that they could go for here. Nomad 4 and Nomad 3 are kind of toss-up here. Let's see what they opt to go for. They still do have another pick after this, so if they do end up blundering this pick, that's not the end of the world. They do have some wiggle room here.
No, they thought someone else picked, apparently. They all thought someone else picked. Alright, Nomad 3.
Teamwork makes the dream work, but Nomad 3 lost Umbrella now.
Well, I wasn't thinking about this map in particular as the last pick for France. But they have had some very solid performances on other alt maps throughout this pool so far. They've had a good showing on Hard Rock 2 and on Mod 2. Not too surprising to see them pick alt here.
And like I said, they do have the wiggle room, as they still do have a pick after this, so even if they do end up losing this, it's not the end of the world for them. They have tiebreaker secured if the absolute worst comes to worst. But they also do have that aforementioned last pick, which they can use on DT4 or Fremod 1 if they so choose. This map makes me irrationally angry because the artist metadata is wrong.
It is wrong. It should all be one word.
And it shouldn't be capitalized!
Unlucky that Osu just allows...
Can't believe Osu allows this.
Well, I think this is gonna be the rosters for both teams. Just deciding on the last player for Brazil. It looks like it's gonna be Mistia, Nissan, and Zubs against Hifkil, Vroom, and Akoro.
Oh, let's see how they do on the alt map.
Yeah, this map, a little bit of polygonal flow aim, as weird as that sounds. Like, very odd, it's like very kind of weird, polygonal alti flow aim stuff. It's so odd to describe, but, kind of like if Mew Dragon and Monstrata tried to make an alt map together, and they both had to use the other person's style, and they had to use what they thought of the other person's style. That's what this map would be. Can you see that? I can see that. I don't know why that comparison makes sense to me, but it just makes sense on
I mean,
I don't know. It just kind of makes
sense.
sense. I guess. Like, I don't know.
Well, early stages of the map.
Oh, okay.
Mistia and Hifkil going to be trading, but otherwise, no one missing outside of those two. As we get into the first chorus.
Breaks from Zubs to come through. It's on now the only full combo on the side of Brazil as Vroom and Akoro continue to... Okay, well, there is no combos on Brazil right now. That...
Okay, that's not what you want to see halfway through the map, especially.
Yeah, that is not what you want to see at this point in the map for Brazil. Hifkil does drop again, but that is not the player you need to drop on the side of France. You want Akoro and Vroom to drop the combo if you are rooting for Brazil right now. They just look super comfortable on this map. There's really not much else to say. This was the pocket pick for France all along, as both Akoro and Vroom just looking so good on this map.
But suddenly, one dual miss can change all that. It would be really unfortunate if that just happened right now. Never mind.
It was a valiant
Why
effort.
does it not work when I want it to, man?
Zubs overtapping the 1/3 there, and yeah, I think this map is largely over.
Looking a bit doomed.
It's looking a bit doomed. It's looking very doomed for Brazil right now. It's looking like 7-3 France at the moment, and I think that's probably how we're gonna end up here. 1-100 for Vroom on this map, by the way. 3 100s for Akoro, I think, is that scoreline right now. All right, finally drops a miss, but at this point, there's just no clawing it back for Brazil. This is GG, and that is France advancing into the top 4, knocking out Brazil, the original tournament favorite before the start of the tournament, now completely knocked out for good by the #1 seed out of qualifiers in France.
Is Vroom going to 1x100 this?
Well, now not that you've said something about it. Oh, no, he did.
No, actually, he just does it anyway.
He just did.
Unless he 100'd that slider, which in that case, that'd be really unlucky. He didn't.
He did not. Right. That was quite the good score. That is quite the good score. The only FC in it is 1 × 100 for Vroom. Very solid stuff.
That is definitely a way to close out the match, I suppose. In any case, 7-3, France going to be advancing on in the losers bracket. They're going to be facing against China tomorrow at 16 UTC. And that does it for the matches today. As a matter of fact, the next 2 matches are the aforementioned China versus France and the winners bracket finals match.
those are going to be tomorrow. It's going to be China versus France at 16 UTC, but before that, Hong Kong versus Indonesia in the winners bracket at 14 UTC. It's been an interesting bracket so far. France is the only team in the top 6 still actually left in the tournament, and they are top 4 currently. Both teams that are guaranteed top 3 were not even top 6 out of quals. It's seed number 7 versus in Indonesia versus seed 12 in Hong Kong. Both of those teams really, I think, overperforming, exceeding the expectations put on them, and having very, very solid runs through the tournament because of it. China and France, meanwhile, 2 of the tournament favorites at the start of the tournament. In fact, to the 2 teams favored to be top 3 alongside Brazil at the start of the tournament, now facing off for top 3 in the losers bracket tomorrow.
Yeah, not really the scenario that you would have expected, but well, stuff happens, you know. Stuff happens sometimes. So yeah, we will be seeing those final 2 matches tomorrow, and then we'll have the map pool showcase for the grand finals shortly after that. So stay tuned for those matches and the showcase tomorrow. See you guys then.
We'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Congrats to France, and thanks to Brazil for participating. Congratulations on top 6. We'll see you all tomorrow.